Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now December 8th of 2023, and I'm sure that a lot of you have been very well aware about what's been going on between both Bob Iger and Elon Musk, especially what Elon Musk said on Twitter about both Disney and Bob Iger. Now, this is something that is really currently frightening Disney behind the scenes, and specifically Bob Iger as the CEO, which, by the way, he does plan to step down by 2026. In my opinion, honestly, that's way too late. He should step down now. He should be fired. Whatever may happen has to happen right now. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. Now, the thing about Bob Iger is that we know that this man lies his way through everything. I mean, he will say whatever he has to say to convince the shareholders and what he calls his customers to follow their films, their television shows, to pay for those movie tickets, to sign up for Disney Plus, and to tune into their business models like ESPN, Hulu, whatever it may be, right? Their Disney parks as well. Bob Iger will do whatever is necessary to drive those numbers up. Now, what's interesting about all of this has a lot to do with what Disney is doing right now to go up against Elon Musk, not just after what he said at the Dealbook Summit, alright, the New York Times Dealbook Summit that created the whole situation between Iger, Disney, and Elon, but also in the wake of what Elon said on Twitter, which I thought was fantastic. I'm sure that you all know about this. It's all on Elon Musk's X page, and he really delivered the truth about what Disney has been up to. Now, what's interesting about all of this has a lot to do with what Disney is doing currently now, with the situation getting worse for Disney. Ever since Elon Musk called them out on stage, one major development has to do with Disney's plan to take down Elon and his social media platform called X, and how this is now officially moving forward as a response to both Elon's comments on stage at the Dealbook Summit and what he said about Disney and Bob Iger on X. Now, one crucial update to this ongoing drama is that many of the Disney executives are now scrambling under Bob Iger's demands and requests after a recent emergency meeting where one thing that was brought up was for shows like Good Morning America and the Jimmy Kimmel Live show to have Bob Iger on the show, or shows, to what Disney plans as their most direct way to expose Elon Musk about his comments against Disney and Bob Iger, in a desperate move to debunk anything that Elon states. Iger is also planned to go on The View, but it gets worse than this. Disney's Bob Iger and the board are already organizing a second phase to this plan that will go into full effect by January of next year to have Iger go on 2020 for a new special that is currently not complete yet. Iger is set to have a large appearance on the 2020 show, which is an ABC-run program which Disney owns completely. In addition to this, ABC News is also prepared to do an entire piece on Elon Musk and X, previously known as Twitter. An entire bit on ABC News is set to be 100% catered, however, to Elon Musk, and will be adding the comments that he made about Bob Iger in the piece. Disney is using their full advantage to put Elon as the center of attention in a negative way as their last resort for 2023 and early 2024 to hold a rise about Elon's X platform after they pulled off from advertising on their, of course, all of the actual platform. Yet, all Disney accounts remain on X in order to promote their products. And before I move on, guys, to the more important stuff, let me just say one thing about that. That just goes to show you how cowardly Disney really is. Alright, let's pull off advertising from X, but let's keep our Disney accounts on there so that we can still promote our products. Do you guys not see how both pathetic that looks and cowardly it looks of Bob Iger and the Disney board? Basically what that equals out to, or translates to, is that, yeah, they want to pull advertising from Elon's run site, right, or his platform, but they want to use it for free, basically, is what it boils down to. They want to keep those accounts on there. They want to promote their products, their movies, their TV shows at no additional cost. To them, it's free advertising, so why not? So that's exactly why Disney's staying on that, and it just goes to show you how cheap of a company they have become. Now, what's interesting about that, too, is that we know that Elon Musk, and we talked about this a couple of days ago, he is also going to continue to call out Bob Iger. In fact, we talked about this days ago, that Elon was going to directly take a jab at Bob Iger, and what do you know, he did just yesterday. It finally happened. Now, what's even all the more interesting about this, moving onwards, has a lot to do with what Iger is doubling down with right now. So let's get into that. Now, Bob Iger is also fully prepared now to make a huge public statement by the end of this month to the world about Elon Musk, as Elon has his own plans to call out Disney again and again, both on X and several other podcasts that he is getting ready to join in the near future. Now, the Disney board is reportedly very furious about what Elon said on Twitter/X about what Iger just recently, of course, did, as it is exposing the truth of Disney to nearly everyone on the platform that may not be up to date with what's been going on. This is what frightens Iger going into 2024 with an already weak 23 for box office performances with their films. For example, with what happened with Wish and the Marvels. Disney is now dealing with South Park, Daily Wire, and Elon Musk on their hands, and is set to only get worse for the years to come before Iger steps down in 2026 at contract end, which is his current plan right now, by the way. Now, look, here's the other problem. Now, we talked about how Iger was going to do this, days ago, about hopping on The View, Good Morning America, and Jimmy Kimmel Live to directly take jabs at Elon Musk, to really kind of have his side of the story on things about what Disney stands for. And this really, whether you love or hate Elon or Bob Iger, doesn't matter. All comments are welcome below, by the way. I think that what Elon said on stage was exactly what we needed in this world. He needed to take that jab at Bob Iger. He also needed to call him out on X, and he did so. And that's exactly what Disney deserves, in my book. And I think that's exactly why you have Iger, pretty much running to the hills and heading to these ABC-run programs, which, by the way, are pretty god-awful to begin with. Especially The View, that's like rock bottom. Whoever goes on The View, that's when you know you've hit rock bottom. Bob Iger going on there, believing that it's going to cater to a specific audience that is really going to end up deleting their X accounts, I think is just pure craziness, but who knows. When you look at stuff like this, anything related to Elon Musk and Bob Iger right now is what frightens Disney board members. And they, too, are trying to really kind of elevate the situation as much as possible, because they know that 2024, to begin with, it's going to be a very empty year, and I pointed this out many times. It's going to be a very barren year for Disney. Their major film for next year is Deadpool 3, alright? Their only Marvel film that's going to be their saving grace for that year, and even that film has had creative differences between Ryan Reynolds and some of the Disney higher-ups. And that's a really big red flag right there to begin with. I think that at the end of the day, we can only expect Deadpool 3 to not be quite as the first film. I think that's exactly what it's going to turn out to be. That's just my assumption, but we'll have to wait and see. But overall, guys, drop a comment below. Fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.